All right. Well, thanks so much for tuning into BloombergQuint. I'm Niraj Shah. And if you are somebody who drinks alcohol a lot, you'll be disappointed. If you travel by your own car, then you might be disappointed. But otherwise, if you're a bull on the markets, you have no reason for disappointment today. Let me just shift the chart first. Hang on for a minute. This is, of course, the bank Nifty, but I'll first get down to benchmark indices, which is the Nifty and the Sensex. They'll come up in a minute for you. And I think there has been a big, sharp move there. Right here, as you can see on your screen, these are intraday charts of the Sensex and the Nifty. And as you can see, 3.5% for the Sensex, almost equivalent for the Nifty. So pretty strong show. 14,100 and knocking on the Nifty 50, led predominantly by the bank Nifty, which is up about 6%. Nobody anticipated this, that there'll be a 6% up more in the bank Nifty, but I think it's done very well. Now, what could be the possible reasons for this, viewers? I was just trying to piece this together. One, the budget is being seen as one which is focusing a lot on simplification of business and focus on infrastructure. So many people message me that when was the last time you heard so much of focus on infrastructure, monetization, privatization? Enough and more. There's a mention by the finance minister that the state governments as well have to think of privatization, and they'll give them an incentive to actually privatize their own SIC units or otherwise. So there's a fair degree of focus there. And most importantly, no bad news is good news. The government didn't do anything which could upset the apple cart, right? They want divestment 1.75 lakh crores in the next year. No tinkering with long-term capital gains tax. They've tried to simplify the rules for taxation on dividend for foreign investors as well. So I think there are a few checks, a few bits and pieces that have been done here and there, and no bad moves that have been done, as a result of which I think the market is reacting so much. Keep in mind, and one last piece, keep in mind that the markets approached this budget 10 days before the budget with a 6.5% correction. Today, the whole of Asia is up and about. And therefore, on a good day, for a market which has got a no-nonsense budget and no bad news budget, to react the way it did shouldn't surprise. Yes, the banks have done really well despite that 80,000 crore borrowing in the next 2 months. And maybe the market is a bit circumspect about how the government will meet the targets, because the divestment target is a bit lower than earlier and the fiscal deficit numbers are a bit higher for the next year. But that's for another day. For now, no bad news is something that the market is celebrating. And just last panel, just look at the banking stocks out here and the kind of move. This is just the 3% up move on the Nifty Bank that I'm showing you. The 6% up move would have shown you that it was even better for the Nifty Bank than right here. Okay, let me get the 6% up move right here. 11% for IndusInd Bank, 11% for ICICI Bank, SBI about 7%, even HDFC Bank is up 4%. That tells you a story about how relieved the markets are post the budget. So strong move. Let's see if this lasts. Thanks so much for tuning into BloombergQuint. Please log on to our website and our live blogs and try and read all that we have managed to put out for the budget.